Charlotte Flair to beat Tiffany Stratton, then lose title to 160-pound star in scenario proposed by veteran. Charlotte Flair is set to challenge Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania 41. A wrestling veteran recently suggested a scenario where the Queen would capture the title before dropping it to Smackdown star Jade Cargill. The Queen won the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble match to earn a Women's World Championship match at this year's show of shows. Last Friday on SmackDown, Flair informed Straton that she would face her in Las Vegas. On the Straight Talk with the Boss podcast, veteran Magnum T disclosed that he would like to see the 14-time Women's World Champion dethrone the 25-year-old champion to capture her 15th title. Meanwhile, he proposed that Flair then should enter a feud with Jade Cargill that would end with the Storm becoming the WWE Women's Champion. The 160-pound star is currently absent due to injury after falling victim to a mysterious backstage attack on SmackDown several weeks ago. I would love to see Charlotte take the title from Tiffany, and then I'd love to see her write in a program with Jade Cargill and bring Jade, Booof, like way up and let them have a long program. And eventually, let Jade take it because she's the showcase of what a female superstar that if you drew one out of comic book could not be better than. And there have certainly been champions with way less skill sets than she currently has that have been champions before. And it would just be a way to stir it all up, he said. Ghani also predicted that Charlotte Flair would dethrone Tiffany Stratton at WWE Wrestlemania 41. On the same episode of the Straight Talk with the Boss podcast, Magnum T's co-host, wrestling veteran Ghani, gave his prediction for the upcoming clash between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Tiffy Time's former trainee disclosed that he believed the Queen would come out victorious. I don't know who's going to come out on that one. I would think Charlotte would, but we'll see what happens. He said that it would be interesting to see if Charlotte Flair would indeed capture her first women's title in 2 years. Charlotte Flair, spotted with a beloved former WWE star, has not wrestled in promotion in 1431 days. Charlotte Flair was recently spotted with an ex-WWE star who has not competed in quite a long time. The star may be getting ready for a return. Peyton Royce is a beloved star in the WWE universe. The Iiconics, consisting of Royce and Billie Kay, have always been a beloved tag team in the company, but both stars have been gone from the company for quite some time. After being let go, they went on to wrestle elsewhere. However, it's been a while since Royce has wrestled in WWE, with her last match coming 1,431 days ago on the March 22nd, 2021 episode of Raw. Now, though, she appears to be training to get back in the ring. Charlotte Flair posted a picture of herself training with several top names. Among the stars in the picture was none other than Cassi Li, FKA Peyton Royce. Also in the picture were Maxxine Dupri, Kiana James, and another former WWE star, XIA LI. With Royce being spotted training, there's no assurance that she will return to WWE, but she may still return to wrestling as a whole, as it's been a while since she was last seen. Charlotte Flair has also not really wrestled too many matches in a long time, with the exception of the Royal Rumble. With her training, she appears to be getting ready for bigger matches and events heading into WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair's WrestleMania match has already been decided. The Queen is heading into WrestleMania season as a challenger for the WWE Women's Championship. She attacked and took out Tiffany Stratton when the star was already hurt and sat over her, letting her know that she had finally chosen her. The star will be able to become champion again very soon, should she win the match against Stratton. While Stratton will naturally have her work cut out for her, given that she's facing one of the biggest stars in the company, the star has also shown herself capable of pulling off huge wins, so she may end up winning anyway. Charlotte Flair sends a bold 3-word message days after challenging Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. WWE Women's Royal Rumble 2025 results. Charlotte Flair wins to punch her ticket to WrestleMania. 2 legends return, while one former 5-time world champion, making a shock entry. Charlotte Flair completed a sensational return to WWE by winning the Women's Royal Rumble. It's the 38-year-old's second Rumble win and punches her ticket to the main event of WrestleMania, where she can either face Tiffany Stratton or Rhea Ripley. Now, Flair returns to her lofty spot in WWE and will compete for a world title in Las Vegas. The Rumble itself was chock full of surprises and debuts. Male Sport breaks down the action below. Io Sky and Liv Morgan kicked off the Royal Rumble for the Women. Charlotte Flair broke a long-standing WWE tradition to show she's a perfect natural heel. Charlotte Flair triumphantly returned to wrestling at the WWE Royal Rumble Premium Live event, competing in her first match in over a year after a serious knee injury. She was pre-announced for the match, so it wasn't a surprise moment, but in typical Flair fashion, she made sure everyone left the show talking about her. That's because the Queen returned with a bang, winning the Women's Royal Rumble and booking her place at WWE Wrestlemania 41. However, after a brief moment in the sun as a babyface, fans brought her crashing back down to earth with a bang by booing her out of the building the following night, proving her quality as a heel by going against a classic wrestling tradition. Typically, in wrestling, whenever someone returns from a serious injury, they're welcomed back with a babyface run because fans are just happy to see them. Considering the length of time that Charlotte was sidelined for, coupled with her general star power, most people presumed that would be the case here. Charlotte Flair didn't get the welcome back babyface run. Flair got a good reception in the Royal Rumble match itself, and that seemed to set things up positively for a babyface run. However, the next night on WWE Raw, fans hated her again, and it was as if no time had passed from her previous run in WWE, despite the fact she was cutting a genuinely babyface promo about the adversities she's dealt with and the problems she's had to overcome. Fans just seem to have zero sympathy for Flair. It's a unique situation for someone to be in, but it does prove that she's a genuinely fantastic heel. And that's not easy to find when someone is also a terrific in-ring talent like she is. That WWE consistently makes booking mistakes with Charlotte Flair. Big reason fans immediately turned on Charlotte Flair after her return is that there appears to be nothing new with her character or in how WWE is booking her. From the moment she arrived on the main roster, WWE has forced her into main event positions, racking up title wins to seemingly catch her father's record as quickly as possible. None of that aligns with a babyface, so people prefer to cheer the likes of Bayley or Becky Lynch. Fans like to see someone scrap and earn their opportunities, and returning from a serious injury like Flair did provide WWE the chance to tell that story with Flair, having her narrowly miss out and be forced to scrap for everything. However, WWE just had her waltz back and immediately won the Royal Rumble. That's the same type of booking the company has always done. Unfortunately, at this stage, audiences are genuinely tied to it. Flair might be an incredible professional wrestler, but she has become stagnant, and that's a problem for her character. The fact that fans wasted no time telling WWE exactly that isn't a positive sign either. There are certain wrestlers who fans cannot imagine as a heel, such as Rey Mysterio, but Charlotte Flair falls into the opposite category. While she's been a babyface in the past, it is a role that's never quite suited her and has never felt truly organic or natural when it has been attempted. Charlotte Flair is unlikely to ever work as a babyface. A big reason for that is her overall presentation. While some fans can get cheered for claiming they're the best in the world, such as CM Punk, Flair cannot. Seeing her walk out in huge robes or wearing designer gear for promos all push a classic heel character, and her often arrogant persona only supports that Flair is a genuinely brilliant heel who always gets a massive reaction from the fans, which is crucial for anyone in this role. WWE doesn't have many of these at the top level, and that's why the company might just consider never changing her at this point. The path forward for Charlotte can already be seen, as she is now fully leaning into her heel gimmick, as was shown on last week's SmackDown during her promo with Tiffany Stratton. There's no turning back now. Charlotte Flair shows off new physique. Sends message to fans. Charlotte Flair showed off her impressive new physique on social media, following this week's edition of